Hi guys, welcome to MTG Dungeon. Thanks for tuning in to our channel. We wanted to let you know that our local store, our LGS, Play Live Nation, is hosting a PPTQ here in Yakima, Washington on September 23rd. The format is modern. Registration is $25. Registration for decks and sign-up tournament starts at 11 a.m., then the tournament starts at noon. We hope to see you guys there. Yep. Where can you find us?
I say if you want to follow us on Twitter, Twitch, or Instagram, we'll have the links posted down below. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do that. And remember to turn on notifications so you see when we post new content. Enjoy the match, guys.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to MTG Dungeon. Here with our commentator, Ben.
Was good.
Today's match is Merfolk versus Affinity. So, who do you think has the advantage in this one?
I have no idea. I guess Affinity, because explosiveness?
I mean, that's fair. Affinity can just get some really ridiculous hands.
I don't know. It's tough to say. I think it's going to come down to explosiveness and edge champion.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that's what's gonna come down to.
Yeah, because Merfolk doesn't have... I don't think they have any way to deal with an edge champion.
I think their only way they can do that is Mutavault. They can prevent damage by blocking the Mutavault.
That's true.
Outside of that, no.
Yeah.
I don't think they run cryptic commands in Merfolk.
I think it's too high of a CMC. I think their highest is 3. Well, I guess they do run the Devotion Merfolk that makes the elemental tokens.
Oh, yeah. What the heck's that card called? Master of Waves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Affinity won the die roll. It's never what you want to see if you're going against it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's funny. Normally our humans players playing Merfolk tonight, so I think it threw everyone off a little bit.
Threw me off a little bit. I was surprised. I saw him walk up to the match. I'm like, all right, Affinity versus humans.
This should be interesting. And it's like, that's not a human.
Where do you get the Merfolk deck from? It's kind of funny. Janet was playing humans, and she used to be playing Merfolk. And this is our other humans pilot. Now he's playing Merfolk.
Maybe just traded decks. Ooh, Ancient Stirrings. Ooh, that's cranial. Oh, wow. Look. Arcbound Ravager. Alright. I didn't get a land, so I'm guessing he has an additional one in hand to play the Arcbound. And a cranial plate in hand already. Okay.
Okay, yeah, seems fine.
That makes
a backup Arcbound Ravager.
Yeah. I said that makes more sense of why he didn't grab one of the platings.
And there's the Mutavault that we were talking about.
Oh, man. No turn 1 play from the Merfolk player. That doesn't feel good.
Mm-mm. Why do you lead off with Mutavault? I guess he just plans on attacking with it next turn?
I guess.
Vault Scourge!
Alright. So if he has a 3rd land and then a cranial plate, then he can play it, equip it, and then swing for 4 lifelink? So, Villain Curse Catcher. Alright.
Probably just drew that Curse Catcher that turn.
Yeah, well, I feel the better play would have been the One Rhine Hub, like a Villain Curse Catcher, and then Silvergill doing the same thing. That way you're fixed on your white and blue, in case you need it for any reason. I don't know what they're splashing the white for, though.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Like, way back in the day when I piloted Merfolk and Legacy, I remember it being blue and white for Seal of Cleansing. That was a long ass time ago.
What was the cleansing for in Legacy? Like, what were you afraid of?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, at the time there were a lot of swords decks going around.
Okay, that makes sense. And Arcbound. All right. So I mean, Bastion for 1.
Yeah, but I think this is like before Lorwyn.
Yeah. Honestly, I think personally, I would have played the cranial plate and equipped it and attacked, because then next turn you can activate your Ink Moth and then equip it, and then start like putting him on a way faster clock. I think you have him on 2-turn clock at that point, as opposed to a whatever clock he's on now. Curse Catchers only says instants and sorceries, right? Or does it say non-creature? Do we know?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it might. I think it's. I don't know. I think it's one of those two.
So it's like he bashed him with Silvergale and Mutavault, and there was no blocks. Which I was a little surprised didn't sack like the I guess like block and sack the Ornithopter, but I guess he wants to keep for cranial plating. I think there was a question of Mutavault is still colorless, and we're like, yes it is, because it is a land.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not like most lands when they activate and become creatures will say it becomes a black and white 2/3 with lifelink for like Shambling units, for example.
Yes.
All right. So it's like a crackback of a 1/1 Arcbound and a Volt Scourge. I feel like Affinity's behind right now.
Yeah, and I was actually just thinking how I would want to try to win this game, and personally, I think I would wait for an opportunity for him to be tapped down and try to go all in on Inkmoth.
Yeah.
I think that's how he's going to get out of this game.
So it looks like he's playing a Lord, and then Mutavault, so we're attacking with everything. So they're going to Galvanic Blast, Pain 1 for the Mutavault, which seems fine.
Pay 1 red mana, destroy a land.
Yeah.
Man, that's broken.
Wow. No blocks?
Alright.
Like, you had the Etched Champion that you could have blocked with and not had to worry about, because he had Metalcraft. I'm a little confused on that one, but alright. I mean, we'll see if that 2 to 3 damage matters. We'll say 2 damage. See if that 2 damage matters.
Yeah, so, how many artifacts? Well, what's in his hand? Another Arcbound Ravager and Cranial Plating. I almost like playing Cranial Plating more.
I think he just wants to put them both down.
Okay, well, I was going to say I kind of like the idea of trying to play Cranial Plating and then equipping it to Vault Scourge this turn, just to bounce the next attack.
Well, yeah, especially because he's tapped out.
And then on the next turn, you could literally go all in on your Inkmoth Nexus and present lethal.
Yeah, that's. I was thinking the same plan as well, because I mean there's 2 Lords on the board now, so now your Etched Champion doesn't trade well.
Yeah,
it just blocks.
Yeah,
which is fine.
This is just an escalating effect,
Mm-hmm.
An exponential effect for. Or growth, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
3 Lords and play.
Right, and when
you better be
Silvergill's
playing
a 5/4 and a 5/4 and a 4/4 that can just bash in is never pretty.
That's just way too much damage.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's 2 artifacts short from just killing him this turn with the Infect. So
No, he could do it, right?
this turn no, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then if you count the artifact itself, 7 plus 1 power is 8 Infect.
And that's just equipping Cranial Plating?
Yeah. So it looks like it's gonna block and sack to the Ravager. It's gonna block and take 4? Alright. I think that's fine. 'Cause you're not losing 2 artifacts from the board. You're only losing 1. You're probably going to draw 1.
Springleaf Drum?
Alright, I think he's calculating it out now. Like, he's not enough to kill him.
That's an Ornithopter.
I mean, you're still fine with that. Because it chump blocks. So you can kill him in 2 turns? I think this turn, so I equip the Volt Scourge. And I think just try and kill him with the life.
At this point, that's probably better.
Because then you can pretty much just negate an attack from him. Because you can block, let's say 5, and you'll take 4, 8, 12. I mean, well, you take 16, but you're going to be gaining 8 life. So 15. And then you can sack, after you block everything, you can block everything, sack to the edge champion, and then just equip the cranial plate in the edge champion and swing back and kill him.
One, two.
Right? Is it like this game is gonna be very, very mathy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, 7, and if you count the ink moth, 8. So he's 1 infect short from killing him.
Well,
So,
if he sacrifices a Ravager and puts it on Inkmoth, isn't that enough? The one with 2 counters on it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, it would be. Let's see if he sees that play. Doesn't. I mean, so I think he's gonna go with our plan. Is just kill him through damage, which I think is fine.
I mean, it's fine if you want him to have another turn.
You have blockers that you can just sack and then put on the edge champion, still have Metalcraft, and then just equip the cranial plate into metal to edge champion and kill him because he has no way to block it. There's no wood fall on the board.
But giving your opponent an extra turn.
I mean, you are correct.
How would you do that?
Yeah.
Nah. But this play doesn't end the game, but it's still a good play.
I think this is the safer play.
Is it?
Ending
the game is the safest play.
But you're kind of going all in on that plan.
Well, isn't that...
That's what Affinity does. I agree.
No, I'm like... Attack... Didn't we just do the math where Inkmoth Nexus literally just ended the game last turn?
Yes.
Okay, that's the safest play. Ending the turn when your opponent's tapped out is the safest play. There's... The more turns you give your opponent, the worse off you are.
Yeah.
But this play that he did, it's still very winnable through that line.
Well, I think he still wins because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so that's a 7. 8 if he activates the Ink Moth. So his opponent has 1 blue. Looks like he has a Vapor Snag in hand, so you do have to be aware. I mean, you're fine because you'll still keep Metalcraft because you have the cranial plate in the land.
Mm-hmm.
So you're fine there. we do appreciate you trying to show blocks as best you can of what's blocking where for the camera, else we're like, alright, I don't know what's blocking where anymore. So it looks like he's not blocking... Oh, okay, he's going to block that one as well. Alright. So he's going to take just 4? That's what it looks like.
Alright, sacking Ornithopter to a Ravager.
Yep.
Probably going to see him sacking more.
If he sacks a cranial plate, that's definitely a bad plan. Because if you keep the cranial plating, you can literally just have Battlecraft equip it and win. Oh no. Oh no.
He went for it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I think he's just going to put all the counters onto Edge Champion, but he won't have Metalcraft anymore. That seems like a way riskier plan.
Oops.
Definitely have to tell Sloth to watch this video and look at all these lines of play that you missed.
That's okay.
No, I think he's been wanting to switch to Hardened Scales version.
That's the one that I've been advocating for.
I like that one because it seems to just have a better late game, and it also seems to be able to be more explosive than the typical Affinity one. Plus, I mean, hanger back and walking ballista incremental value with hardened scales just seems really good. Just 2 counters.
Mm-hmm.
2 counters.
Yes, sir.
So I think it's a question of, since it currently has protection, does it take any damage? And the answer is no. It would not take damage from that. So then, once he loses Metalcraft, it wouldn't have any damage on it, so it would not die. Is what we're discussing right now. Because I can't even think of the short term that used to be for protection. It was like target damage, equip, and something else. So, okay. What are? Oh, he's gonna activate the Ink Moth, and then attempt to swing for 10 on that way. Which, all right, it's a very roundabout way to do it.
So it's a 9 power.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, he let him die.
Oh, okay. So he dealt damage to him. Oh my. Oh.
He doesn't have enough mana.
He doesn't have. Oh my goodness.
Oops.
Oh.
Well, this is a good learning experience.
Oh. All right.
I'm sure he thought about that game a little bit after the fact.
Yeah, I'm sure he did too. And that's the thing with Affinity is most people think that Affinity is just one of those straightforward decks to play, and it's not. It's one of those like you have to. It's a very complicated deck for lines of play, and also you have to constantly be doing math.
Yeah, constantly be doing math, and then you also have to decide at what point you're going to be on the infect plan, or like the default plan I think is normally damage.
Yes,
but you have to decide whether or not you have to fall back on the Ink Moth Nexus.
Yeah.
It is huge.
Yes.
Really huge.
Which, yeah, I said, like, I think if he had just blocked and then kept the cranial plating and his land and then pulled the counters there, he could have just equipped it and then just won. Mm-hmm. Because your opponent can't Vapor Snag it, they can't. There's no Muda Vault to block it, so you're like, cool, kill you. Next game.
Yep.
I am not sure what Merfolk brings in to the Affinity matchup.
If you're scared of the lands, if they
seas.
have spreading seas effects, those could probably come in.
Hercule's Wrinkle, I guess, if they have it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, it does affect your Aether Vial, but I think...
Darn.
Right, I think bouncing 4 of theirs for 1 of yours, I think is a fair trade. You're like, I'm fine with this at that point.
Especially after some modular stuff has happened.
Yeah, them stacking a permanent. It's like, cool, put it back in your hand.
Oh, Hercule's Recall is so good.
Man, I remember before they got Hercule's Recall got the reprint in Modern Masters, like foil ones were like $45 a piece because the only foil version was from 10th. It was like that went from like a 25-cent foil to I was like, man,
that's crazy.
The people who was like had those cards like, yeah,
sell.
Oh, I mean it's. Magic is a weird game because there are multiple instances of that happening. Like Dark Depths, when that came out, Dark Depths was a garbage card, and then Vampire Hexmage got printed, and suddenly that was a $50 card. God, that deck was atrocious in Modern.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Back when that was highly played, I was playing a silly deck. I was playing mono black aggro.
Back in Extended?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Thopter Adept mirrors were just... Oh.
Yeah. I remember I was feeling pretty good playing mono black aggro. I was playing in a tournament for Mox Pearl.
Oof.
And I went 3-0 and then got paired up against Thopter Depths 3 times in a row and lost all 3.
Yeah. That deck was just stupid. Like, you could go stupidly long game or stupidly explosive, and it was like, this is just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Affinity player. Ooh! It's a good start for Affinity.
Alright, playing at least 4 cards on turn 1. That's what you want to be doing.
Yeah. Look at that. Wandering Hub, revealing a Lord. Aether Vial? Yeah.
Lordy. Aether Vial seems mucho bueno.
Oh, more artifacts.
Blink Moth Nexus.
I was like,
Tapping
that's
3, playing the champion. Screw your colors.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, next turn that cranial plating is going to be looking real good. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh.
So, if you have the ability to, do you just play 2 creatures or yeah, the thing's on 1. So I guess it would probably just be best to play a
Lord and then just start trying to. You do
got
a
the
curse
Curse
catcher.
Yeah,
so.
I like flooding out with creatures
Yes.
as soon as possible, because that's how you win.
Yep.
And then there's a cranial plating, and then it gets equipped, and then it attacks for 2.
I think I would have tapped the. Or I think it's a Galvanic Blast, and that's the reason he didn't. I said I would have tapped the Mox Opal to keep the artifact lined up, and then you can make it a creature to deal 1 additional damage. But I don't think it matters on the clock currently. Sigil Pest. Okay, so I don't think the Merfolk players are going to survive this.
Nope.
Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just a little too fast.
7, 8, 9. So he can make it an 11-11. He would have, unless his opponent has like 2 Vapor Snags to bounce both with like the 2 creatures, I guess. But even then, it puts him down to 1. And I don't think he can crack back for 20.
No. Turn 2 as champion, turn 3 cranial plating is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, and then also if Sloth draws an artifact, if you had double Vapor Snag, it's like, cool, here's another artifact. Like, you bounce 2, cool, you're still dead. Exactsies.
Yeah.
2, 4. Bouncing.
Vault Scourge.
Okay, I mean.
8 critter.
Yeah. I mean, you're still dead because 5, 6, and 8, and then he activates both of them, 9, 10, or you can play a Vault Scourge and activate one of them.
This is why you play Affinity. This is pretty unfair to be attacking for 10 damage on turn 3.
Yeah.
With pro colors.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof.
Oofta.
Oof. Da.
Oofta. Boopta. Boofity. Boop.
Alright, so it's like, cool. Like. Yep, this. Pay the 2, so 6. 7, there's 9. He has to activate one of the creatures. Oh no, his Sigil Pest for the Battlecry trigger, so he just has him. He'll do it that way. Okay.
Either way.
Yep.
Either way is good.
Alright, yeah, game 3. I mean, the nice thing with both these decks is that they both can win pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like these matches typically don't ever go to time.
It's like they're just playing solitaire.
Kind of.
It's like creatures. Hey, look, also creatures.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack the flank. I'm going to attack the island walk. All right, cool.
Cool. Yeah, you're both just throwing haymakers and seeing which one lands first.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh, Unified Will.
That card's great. If you're not familiar with Unified Will, let's edify you. Unified Will is a counter spell. It costs 1 colorless and 1 blue mana, and it counters target spell with converted mana costs. I believe it's equal to or less than the number of creatures the caster's controller has in play.
I believe it's you counter target spell if you control more creatures than your opponent.
Oh, is it that?
I believe it's that.
Oh, okay. Nice!
Yeah!
So, Merfolk generally will be wanting to be in that position.
I mean, Merfolk's like, hey, turn 1 Aether Vial or Curse Catcher. Turn 2 Lord. Turn 3 another creature. Tell you no.
Yeah!
Mutavault, Mox. Yeah, alright, 3. I'm gonna guess we're gonna see a 4th permanent.
This.
Oh! And dispatch is pretty good.
Yes.
And he does have Nolecraft.
Silver Gill Adept, Revealing Lord. Drawing a magic card.
Drawing Unified Will, as it looks like.
Ooh!
Oh, wow.
And he says, no
yeah.
creature for you.
I think that its champion's coming down.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. Ooh. Alright, so, I mean, on the bright side, you do have a Mutavault, so you can block the Edge Champion, and with a Lord, your guy is bigger than his. Currently. Tapping 3 for I believe it's a Regery.
Yes.
Alright.
Pretty good one.
So he's hoping that his opponent's going to have like a cranial plating.
Yep.
Definitely
Midnight's
hoping.
almost cranial plating.
Alright. Land. Oh. Although if there's a cranial plating, that would hurt a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, he would have swung for 11 that turn. Gross.
Alright, so I think we're going to see a couple of lords this turn.
Well, for sure one, because Mutavault unfortunately does not tap for a color.
Yeah, but the Regery can untap one of your lands, right?
That is true. It doesn't tap a permanent. So I think it's the cast trigger on the stack. He's going to dispatch the Regery.
That still would untap it, wouldn't it?
Yes, he still does. He still does get the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is a cast trigger, not an ETB trigger. And an additional Lord, which is no
Lord of Atlantis and Merfolk, or Lord of some Merfolk of the Pearl Trident or something.
yeah. Oh, Infect Land. I mean, Affinity is not putting on pressure, so that is a good thing for the Merfolk player.
I think I would have liked seeing an attack with the Blinkbot Nexus if he was going for damage.
I think it would have been fine as well. Hey, there's the
Master of Waves.
yeah. So he has what,
The
6?
Master of Waves.
So he has 6 mana. Oh, and dispatching that one too. Ooh.
Okay.
And then so all the tokens die. Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
They're all 1/0s. Or,
Yeah. 1/0s and
or
then
0/0s.
no, they're 1/0s and the Lord gives it +1/+1 to
Okay.
keep them all alive. But it's like when he dies, they all become 0 or 1/0s, so they all die by state-based effects. So 1 infect. How is that 2 infect? Should only be 1 infect, right?
So.
Oh, the pump from the. Okay,
Yeah.
I see it. Okay.
Yep. The Blinkbot Nexus and Inkmoth Nexus turn into the same type of creature. And the second ability of Blinkmoth Nexus pumps.
Well, that would have been so bad for him if that first Master of Waves had stuck.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oof da. Alright. So 7? Should be 6, right? Or 5? Master of Waves is 1 and 3? 5. Okay, so the 5 elementals. Alright.
Yep. Devotion's 5. Alright. Beaten in for 3. 6.
Yeah.
Get a Chumparoonie.
Yep.
Chumparooski.
So in Finish open to top draw, cranial plating, Darkbound, or Steel Overseer.
As the turns progress, if that draw wasn't Steel Overseer, I think from this point forward you don't want to draw Steel Overseer because it's too slow.
It looks like it's a two Springleaf Drums.
That's pretty good, right?
I mean, if you can top draw Arcbound Ravager or the cranial plating, yes.
Do those tokens have flying?
They do not. They're just 2/1s.
Okay. Interesting. He chooses not to attack with Inkbot.
An additional Lord? Yay. We gotta do some math now.
Alright, so that Mutavault's 5 and the other 2 lords all the lords are 4.
Yes.
So it's 4, 8,
Can
13, plus
explain
10.
Yes. Explain why the Mood Vault is 5 and the other lords are 4.
Because there are 3 other lords in play.
Okay. Actually, Mood Vault should be a 6-5.
It's a 6-5. Oh yeah, that's right. It's an elemental as well.
Yes.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
So it gets plus 1, 2, 3. Is
So
it plus
6-6? It's
6-6.
6-6. Yes. So. Right. That's what we were just pointing out.
Yeah.
That's also one of those weird interactions that. Oh yeah. That's right. That's huge.
Yep.
Boo.
So we got 2 4/4s, a 6/6,
and then all the elemental
and then-
tokens. I think that's just lethal.
and then 2 5 2 1s, and then whatever Master of Waves is. I don't remember what his power and toughness is.
Because he can only block 3. So he blocks the 3 biggest. That's still 5. It's still 15 coming across.
Is that how big is the Master of Waves? I don't know. I don't remember what his power and toughness is.
I don't either. If you want to grab my phone, we can check right in the corner. Or grab your phone. Whichever one's closer.
I don't remember what my phone was.
Oh, that was lethal. So,
Oh, okay.
Merfolk in 3.